All right, my name is Captain Irving, and you're in F Troop. Now, oh, kitty. The troops of Fort Courage are assembled in town waiting for the stage. It's bringing a distinguished guest, Captain Parmenter's mother.
We're not waiting only for the mother of Captain Parmenter, but for the wife of General Thor Parmenter, the sister-in-law of Colonel Jupiter Parmenter, and the aunt of Lucian Parmenter.
Sergeant, please. I just call her Mom.
With a pedigree like that, I'm surprised she didn't make him call her Your Majesty.
She's not in there.
Didn't you have any passengers?
A full load. I lost them in Laramie. That Mrs. Parmenter ordered me to drive the scenic route through Yellowstone.
Oh, you mean my mother's in Yellowstone?
No, she ordered me to drop her inside the fort.
Engines! Engines!
Needless to say, it's not Injuns. It's Mrs. Parmenter in a feathered hat.
The audacity of you, you nincompoop!
Mom! Vanderbilt, you cut that out! That's my mother!
The captain's mother, an engine?
Last time it was a flock of turkeys. The good news is Vanderbilt is getting really good at recognizing feathers.
Darling, these are certainly not quarters befitting a Parmenter. Why didn't you write to me and tell me? You know that we have friends in Washington.
Oh, come on. Suppose she was a sweet little old lady who's completely supportive of everything he does. What kind of sitcom would that make? She's only planning to stay a few days, which is probably a good thing.
Gee, they're a wonderful bunch of fellas.
Wilton, you're entirely too familiar with your subordinates. Your father, the general, would never approve.
Mother, I am the commanding officer of F Troop, not father, and I have to run Fort Courage in my own way.
Wilton, you are raising your voice to your mother.
Mother, you're using fake indignation to manipulate your son.
I want you to treat me as an adult, a soldier, a leader of men. Why, do you know what the Indians call me? Mekanakawa Mashawi Hakuma, the scourge of the West.
The scourge! What a terrible thing to call a nice boy like you.
I have 4 siblings. Well, had. 2 of them are gone now. But anyway, when my youngest sister was born, my parents decided that was enough. My dad got a vasectomy. 14 years later, along comes me. And to be frank, none of my siblings ever got over it. I take that back. My sister Carol and I were really close, and she was the only one of the 4 who talked to me like an equal as I grew up. My one remaining sister still calls me her baby brother. I've told her multiple times that I don't like it and have asked her to please stop, and her answer was basically tough beans. That kind of respect is why, as long as they all live in California and I don't, we get along fine. So I can empathize with the captain's problem here.
Hey, I'd like you to meet my mother. Mother, this is my friend, Miss Jane Angelica Thrift.
How do you do, ma'am? Your son's told me all about you.
Well, my son didn't tell me all about you.
Oh boy, pretty girl gonna take her little boy away. We can't have that.
I bring you some partridge pie for you and your ma.
Oh, thank you, Janie.
Brang, how quaint.
Oh, pardon me, I brung it. And I also shot it.
Well, Janie's the best shot in Fort Courage. Why, she can do practically anything with a gun.
Well, I suppose that's one way to get a husband.
Jane, rather condescendingly, and rightly so I might add, says, I don't need a gun to snag Wilton. We're having a nice little snark fight while Wilton himself stands there wondering what's going on.
Well, I guess I'll be moseying on.
Yes, mosey on, by all means.
Well, thanks a lot for the pie, Janie. I'll be seeing you around.
You can bet a bucket of buzzards you will. That means I'll be moseying back.
The first fall in this match goes to Jane. I think Mother is impressed.
I think I will unpack my trunk.
Oh, why go to all that bother? The California stage will be through here day after tomorrow.
Oh, there'll be others. I've decided to stay a little longer.
Really? Why?
Wilton, there are things far more dangerous that can happen to a son than wild Indians.
So impressed, she can't wait to get to the next match.
I told you yesterday to have that rat's nest trimmed.
Yes, sir. Ma'am.
I am merely trying to help, dear. I made a general out of your father, and I can make a general out of you.
Why do you assume he wants to be a general? And you're undermining his authority with his troops, not helping.
Vanderbilt, where are your glasses?
Ain't I got 'em on?
Oh.
How on earth did you ever get into the cavalry?
I didn't mean to. I was riding a horse, and it followed a bunch of other horses.
I suggest you don't tell Mother what Vanderbilt's job is.
Oh, by the way, Dobbs, reveille sounded just fine this morning.
Thank you, sir.
As a matter of fact, it didn't sound quite like reveille to me.
Well, it weren't, ma'am, strictly speaking. It was Home Sweet Home. I played it in your honor.
Needless to say, she doesn't appreciate the gesture, and the men don't appreciate her. She's constantly inspecting one thing or another, and since she's a general's wife, nobody wants to cross her. But O'Rourke has an idea. Let's help her inspect the town.
Sergeant, I see no reason for this escort duty. This is the most peaceful town I've ever seen.
Ah, you don't know Fort Courage, ma'am.
A regular powder keg, ma'am? Why, it's liable to explode any second.
Any second!
Let's have her inspect the ice cream parlor.
What's that?
Oh, just some of the boys having a little fun, ma'am. Oh, yes, they certainly are having some fun.
They don't have that much fun in Philadelphia on sarsaparilla.
Welcome to the West, Mother. Eventually she faints, as any good Eastern high society lady would. Back at the fort, she's packing.
We're all going to miss you, Mother. Won't we?
Oh, yes, we're going to miss you, ma'am.
Oh, you betcha, ma'am.
Have a nice trip.
Well, Wilton won't miss me,
Oh, why won't I?
because I have telegraphed our friends in Washington asking them to arrange for your transfer. This is no place for a Parmenter.
I was wondering how O'Rourke's stunt was going to backfire. Thing is, I know he has the right to refuse the transfer if he doesn't want it, since it was requested, not ordered. But for all his complaints to the contrary, Wilton is a mama's boy, at least when he's around her. If she's still here when the transfer papers arrive, he'll be gone. Obviously, they can't allow that. This calls for drastic measures, which is to say, a little help from Wild Eagle.
O'Rourke Enterprises needs great white pigeon.
You gotta help us, Wild Eagle. Okay, you come to right bird. Eagle best one take care of pigeon. Ha! Get it? Eagle, pigeon.
Except the eagle usually eats the pigeon. That's not the goal here.
Before she can arrange this transfer, we have got to convince her that the whole West is going to fall apart if her son leaves.
The idea is for Wild Eagle to hold a fake council of war. It'll include all the greats from the Indian nations. They won't really be there, of course. They'll be Hakawis in disguise.
Remember, you warriors, not Hakawis.
Wait a minute. Where's Geronimo? Geronimo!
That's really Agarn, but Mrs. Parmenter is so terrified of Indians you could put enough war paint on a horse and convince her it was Geronimo. Back in town, Jane can't stop crying about Wilton leaving. Neither can the men.
Oh, Wilton, if I only had something to remember you by. A flower, a picture, a diamond engagement ring.
Diamond engagement rings were only just starting to be a thing, and then mostly in Europe among the upper classes. They didn't become the quote-unquote accepted form of an engagement pledge until De Beers launched a massive campaign in the 1930s to convince people it was so. It remains one of the most successful PR operations in human history, since we still buy that crap today. In the Middle Ages, a ring made of entwined posies served just as well. Maybe Wilton could make her one of those.
Captain, you just can't leave. It started already.
It has? What has?
Engine trouble. Big smoke. I just heard it from Agarn. The chiefs of the Western nations are all having a council of war up at the Hakawi camp.
But we have a peace treaty with the Hakawis.
It's not worth a birch bark it's written on, sir. Not if you leave.
Really?
There is only one man that can keep the peace, sir. The scourge of the West.
He'll have to take a detachment and head up to the Hakawi camp to see what this is all about. And if you think Mother is going to stay behind while he does, you have not been paying attention.
Hey, Captain, look, turkeys. Vanderbilt, no. It's a council of war. With turkeys? Who would they fight? Chickens? No, they're Indians.
Indians! Oh, no, no!
Good thinking, Mother. Everybody down.
Let's see if we can hear what they're saying.
Me have big news about scourge of West.
Time for fear, my brothers. In
over. Scourge of West, go east. When Scourge depart for east, Injuns take back west.
It's working.
Wilton, they're afraid of you. Those wild Indians are actually afraid of you.
After all, Mother, I am a Parmenter.
Look, Captain. They've got Sergeant O'Rourke.
They're going to burn him at the stake. The Scourge of the West has to take action.
Wait! Scourge of West! Everybody run for life!
The Scourge has done it again, though he may be temporarily forgetting something.
Are you all right?
Dobbs, I told you to keep my mother on the hill.
I'm sorry, Captain, but she wouldn't stay.
Wilton, you are marvelous. Simply marvelous.
Captain, it is hot in here.
Pardon me, Mother, I have to go rescue the sergeant.
Don't burn yourself, dear.
No need to be in such a hurry, Sergeant. It's in a ring around you. There's a good chance it won't reach you, so chill out.
My son, the Scourge.
I thought a scourge was a terrible thing for a Parmenter to be called. Funny how that works.
Gentlemen, I was wrong in requesting a transfer for your captain. His place is here in the West with you. Hey! And my place is here beside him.
Won't your husband, the general, get kind of lonely?
Mother, that's not quite accurate. Now, true, my place is here with my men, but a fort in the Wild West is no place for a mother. You're leaving on the stage for Philadelphia.
But Wilton,
Sorry, Mother, that's an order.
Whoa, who are you and what have you done with Wilton? Even stranger, she doesn't argue. Is this another invasion of the body snatchers?
Be sure to write.
And you be sure to wear your rubbers when it rains.
I would make a joke about Jane, but rubber condoms didn't really become a consumer product until around 1930. So if that was what she meant, she would have said, wear your lambskins. She'll save that one for someday down the line when she's sure Wilton knows what those things are for. If you're enjoying this, be sure to click the thumbs up button to show you like it. If you're not subscribed yet, punch me in the face right here and get it done. And don't forget that you can become a patron and help keep this kitty fed. The link is below. Until next time, I've told her multiple times that I don't like it and have asked her to please stop. Even though I sound like I'm still going through puberty.